In session and cause number 329760. Case is Style of State of Texas versus alternate Garrell. Ms. Garrell, how are you doing? That's good. Ms. Garrell, the document that's been handed out to you is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
I'll go over these conditions with you.
Yes,
It
sir.
says following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein or ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, condition number 4 does not apply to you because that only applies in the DWI case, and your case is not a DWI case. Now, Ms. Garrell, if you fail to obey these conditions, if you violate one condition, your bond can be revoked and you could be placed in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Ms. Garrell, you have been appointed an attorney to represent you. Stand on the 4X. She'll give you the information about how to contact your attorney and the reset of your case. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Okay, we're in session and cause number 328742 and cause number 328744. Case of Style of State of Texas versus Janika Gilliam. Ms. Gilliam, is that your full name? Is Janicia? Janicia Lachey Gilliam? Okay. How are you doing, Ms. Gilliam? That's good. Now, Ms. Gilliam, could you please raise your right hand? Ms. Gilliam, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Now, Ms. Gilliam, I have a document before me that's titled Affidavit of Entities. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing this document, did you read everything in this document? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. Now, Ms. Gillum, you're automatic qualifier, so you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And your attorney in this case will be Mr. Don Boudreaux. Okay, now, Ms. Gillum, you can stand on the 4X, and the court coordinator will give you information regarding your court-appointed attorney. Shamika Parker. Okay, this is cause number 320-816. Case is style of State of Texas versus Shamika Shanette Parker. Is that your full name? You have to speak up.
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Parker, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Parker, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
You may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Parker?
Confused.
Okay, now, Ms. Parker, the court spent about 30 minutes explaining to you the purpose of the arraignment. Is that correct?
Yes,
And did you pay attention to what was being said?
yes, I did.
Did you understand what was being said?
Yes, I understand what you were saying.
Okay. Now, Ms. Parker, I have before me a document that is titled Affidavit of Indigency. Do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And on page 2 of this same document, Ms. Parker, is that your signature above the line that says defendant's signature?
yes,
Okay, now, Ms. Parker, is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes,
Okay, so Ms. Parker, I've just reviewed your document. You are automatic qualifier. You meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And your attorney that's going to be appointed to represent you in this case is a gentleman by the name of Tom Burbank. Okay. Now, Ms. Parker, stand on the 4X, and the court coordinator will provide you with the information regarding your attorney. And you have a blessed day. Julie, are you there? We're in session and clause number 329880. Case is style the state of Texas versus Gerald Wayne Bryant. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see here on your judge's explanation, you put Gerald Bryant Jr.
Yes, sir. Junior.
Okay, so you Gerald Wayne Bryant Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bryant, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Bryant, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may put your hand down, Mr. Bryant. Now, Mr. Bryant, I see here, just looking at your affidavit of indigency, you say you're employed and then you have as a musician, Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, is your father Gerald Bryant Sr., who's the pastor of Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Miss Maxie, I know his father, Reverend Gerald Bryant Sr. Actually, we are in the ministers union together. Do you have, I'm just making that disclosure. Do you have any objections with me sitting on this case? If you do, I can recuse myself from presiding over this case.
No objection, Your Honor.
Waive any conflicts of interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Bryant, I see here, well, first of all, Mr. Bryant, I have a document that is titled Affidavit of Indigency. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the second page of this document, where it says defendant's oath, is that your signature?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, prior to signing this document, did you read everything in this document?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, Mr. Bryant, I see here your take home is like 400 a month, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so apparently you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And okay, your attorney that's going to be appointed to represent you in this case is attorney Bruce Cobb. Mr. Bryant, you can stand on the 4X and the court coordinator will give you the information regarding your attorney. We went over this. Okay. This is cause number 329940. The case is styled the state of Texas versus John Raphael Savoy Jr. Is that correct? Mr. Savoy, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Savoy, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Savoy, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Savoy? I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Savoy, I have before me a document that is titled Affidavit of Indigency. You recognize this document? And on page 2 of this document, is that your signature? Prior to signing and initialing this document, did you read everything in this document? You understand what you read? Is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, now, Mr. Savoy, I see here, I see your take-home pay. Now, in terms of your let me do this here. Come on. Okay, now, let me ask you the question again. Is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Savoy,
Yes, sir.
you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of court-appointed attorney. Your attorney in this case will be Peter Dole. Stand on the 4X, and the court coordinator will give you that information.